It's Thursday, September 3rd, 2020. I'm Greg Nibbler, and this is Digital Trends Live. Yes, indeed. Hello, everyone. This is Digital Trends Live. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thanks for joining us wherever you are. We appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, share the show, let other people know about it, and let's get it started off here with some news. First off, let me tell you something you may not have realized. The U.S. presidential election is 2 months from today, November 3rd, 2020. That is crazy in its own right, but with that, Facebook has announced some more changes on its platform to help mitigate the spread of misinformation and to limit some political advertising. So for the misinformation side of things, we've seen a number of different platforms try to control this, but now we have Facebook going into it just a little bit more. We know there's a vast array of organizations and countries that are attempting to influence voters in one way or another. So to that end, the forwarding of messages on Messenger has been a problem when it comes to that. So Facebook announced today that they are making some changes by reducing the number of people users can forward a message to. So before this change, a person could forward a message, no matter what it was, to 150 people at a time. That's now been changed to 5. So if someone is massively spreading misinformation intentionally or not, at least it will take them a little longer to do so. For the political side of things, unlike Twitter and Reddit, which have been both banned, Facebook has not banned them. So for the political advertising side. But they did say that after October 27th, no new political ads will be approved to be placed on Facebook or Instagram. They said the reason for that is that the new ads that appear less than a week before the election could make false claims. There'd be no time to contest them. Regardless, this is a lot coming up as we get near this election. Again, 2 months away, so October 27th is that ban for political ads, new political ads on Facebook. I bet we're going to see a lot more things change, though, between now and then. You can follow along at digitaltrends.com. Amazon is looking to further entrench its smart assistant in our lives by creating a service explicitly for the use of property managers called Alexa for Residential. I promise I will not say that word anymore during this story, but as homes become smarter and we have more devices installed in them, apartment complexes and condos are looking to have smart capabilities already integrated for potential renters. So things like temperature control or alarms or a centralized speaker that gives you news and updates about the apartment complex would be enabled the second you move in. So the service also allows for customized skills to be created by the apartment manager, which actually could be really useful if you're moving in and don't want to have to take the time to create all of your own. Skills like paying your rent or even submitting maintenance requests. So to start, it will be used by a few property management companies, but expect more to jump on board as everything becomes smarter and tenants start seeing the benefits of it. Read more about it at digitaltrends.com. As the medical community and industry adapts to the ever-changing information about the spread of coronavirus, the use of robotics has increased exponentially. And there are some new abilities being touted by MIT with regards to their modified Boston Dynamics robot dog called Dr. Spot. So the Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston has been utilizing the robot by mounting a tablet on it, allowing a medical professional to interact with a patient while limiting the possibility of exposure to COVID. And with some advanced tech, they can also detect symptoms by observing them. So the robots have 4 cameras placed on them to gather data, with one of them being an infrared camera. And that one can measure the skin temperature of a person, then using an algorithm determine their body temperature while also monitoring their breathing rate. So the other cameras combine to monitor the constriction of blood vessels, pulse rate, and blood oxygen levels by using different wavelengths of light. So the combination of all of that gives the doctors enough information to make an assessment of the state of the patient's health so they can make further treatment recommendations from there. The study is still ongoing, but expect that these kinds of things will have lasting ramifications for the medical industry as a whole, even after this pandemic passes. So get used to creepy robots that can help you. Read more about it at digitaltrends.com. All right, the 12th Starlink rocket launch was yet again a success for SpaceX today as they deployed another 60 satellites, bringing the total to over 700 currently in orbit. And as for the launch itself, this was the 60th time that the first stage of a Falcon rocket was recovered as it landed on the drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, which is waiting in the Atlantic Ocean. So the pace at which Starlink satellites are going up is picking up steam as well, with the company saying they're producing about 6 more per day, with the goal to get around 1,400 to officially form its first network. But beta testing is already underway in North America, and they are now reporting some of the results. In order to receive the internet, subscribers will have a device that is apparently about the size of a laptop, which would essentially be like your router. The speeds being reported so far aren't too bad. They said the company is getting about 100 megabytes per second, so that's pretty good. It remains to be seen what the eventual pricing will be, but they've said it should be competitive with standard internet prices. And attention Starlink, I signed up for the beta, but I have not been approved yet. So if you want to speed that along. You can read more about Starlink at digitaltrends.com. Now, we keep you up to date on everything going on in the world of tech, and that includes what's going on in the world of gaming. And to do so right now, we've got Lisa Marie Segarra joining us to talk about some big things. And I understand there's a big anniversary today. Looks like we are having just a little bit of a thing here, getting Lisa Marie up. So why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and go to a quick break, and then we're going to come back here in just a minute, and we'll have Lisa Marie who's going to join us, and we've got all kinds of stuff coming up on this show, a lot of great interviews. We're going to be talking to Intel. We've got a real housewife. It's a whole myriad of things. So stick around. Back here in a minute with more Digital Trends Live. Welcome back to Digital Trends Live. I'm Greg Nibbler, and again, thanks for joining us. We keep you up to date on everything going on in the world of technology, and that includes gaming, and that is what we're going to talk about right now. I know to start off, there is a big anniversary that is happening. We've got Lisa Marie Segarra here to walk us through it all. Hello, Lisa Marie. What do we have going here today?
Hey, we have a lot going on, especially in Mario Land. So they had a Nintendo Direct today that celebrated, which is going to sound crazy, its 35th anniversary. And that's its 35th anniversary of the first Super Mario. Yeah, I know. So one thing that was really surprising, in honor of 35 years, very fitting, they're coming out with Super Mario 35, which is essentially a battle royale, kind of in the same vein of Tetris 99. So you're going to be playing, the first Super Mario with 34 other players. So you would then make up 35. So every enemy you defeat gets sent to Player's World, similar to Tetris 99, where every line you clear gets sent to other players. So you can strategize all of that, like your power-ups, really fun. I'm also really excited because I think that the Battle Royale genre is really expanding. So now you don't just have things like Fortnite and shooters, but you have things like Tetris and Fall Guys and now Mario. And I think it's just really creative, and I'm so excited to see something like this. I'm super pumped to play. It's only available with Switch Online, just like Tetris 99, because that's how you would play online with others. That said, for those that don't know, Switch Online is a lot cheaper than the Xbox or PlayStation counterparts. It's only $20 a year. No, I'm not paid by them, but it is not a bad deal. And it's actually a limited time, which is also interesting. So it's only from October 1st through the end of March, and that's end of March next year, of course. So that's really interesting. I'm definitely going to have to play once it comes on. I'm really excited. I got super into Tetris 99 for a while, and I spent like an entire day playing Fall Guys. So I'm really excited.
So a lot coming right there. So we've got that, the 35th anniversary. That's a crazy number to think about. 35 years of Super Mario Brothers. But going from there, what are some other big stories out in gaming right now?
Oh man, there's more Mario news. Like we've got Super Mario Kart Home Circuit. So it's like an AR Mario Kart at home, which is good because we can't go anywhere and can't really drive many places. So you've got these carts equipped with cameras that you control them with your Switch essentially. Really crazy. So we're really excited to actually try it out when the world is back to normal. Who knows when that happens? But like this idea of AR will be really fun, and the fact that you can do it from home is really interesting. So they're like really, really small, and I don't know, they're like tiny little like Hot Wheels level cars that you can play. It looks super cute, really smart. They also have some 3D classics coming on the Switch. You've got Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, you've got Super Mario Galaxy, all coming to the Switch, of course, in the 3D All Stars collection, which is wild. But it's also really strange. So, also with this March date, they're only available or playable until March 2021. So, it seems weird. You can't really like quite buy them, but they're playable. So that's also just a very big change, very controversial. A lot of people are wondering, why are they doing it this way? So a lot of people are also thinking about, how can you, like, is this a good move for players? Really interesting. What happens after that? I know a lot of people are definitely going to be like, well, I have to get it now just in case, like, and a lot of people that might say, I'm okay, might get it just to have it for a bit. We've also got a limited edition Super Mario game, which is insane. Also, that's being sold until November 13th, again, with that same model. But it's really exciting. And it's also just a lot of changes, just like with Battle Royale, there are a lot of changes. But even with this model, is this something that we're going to see more? I don't know.
Well, it's definitely interesting. Like you said, I like that augmented reality aspect. I love seeing more of that kind of come into gaming as well. And so a lot of Super Mario stuff, a lot of Nintendo stuff. I know everybody's going to be excited about that. And I know we're out of time, but I know also I want to call attention that we've got some more news about Marvel's Avengers on site as well, as far as where it's coming. I know a lot of people are excited about it. I'm excited about it, but so far I know the reviews have not been the greatest. But nonetheless, that is up there on the site as well. So for everybody to check out and all the latest gaming news. Lisa Marie, as always, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me as always.
All right, continuing on here, everybody, with Digital Trends Live. Thank you for joining us. Like I said, wherever you are, we do appreciate it. We broadcast live here every single weekday, so hit subscribe. We keep you up to date on what is going on in the world of technology, and certainly Intel is always at the ready for that. And so yesterday, they just announced a new 11th gen core processor, and we're now joined by Chris Walker, a corporate VP for Intel, among many other things, many other titles. We're joined by Chris. Hello, thanks for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having us today.
Excited to talk about this. I love talking about advancements in computing. It certainly affects all of us. But when it comes to this announcement, can you kind of walk us through what some of the new products are, and I guess what some of the improvements are going from the 10th generation to the 11th generation?
Yeah, two big announcements. First is the introduction of our 11th gen core with the inclusion of our iOS XE graphics. And what you'll see both gen over gen and versus any nearest competitors, really massive gains in the things people need every day in their laptops. We've got productivity gains over 20% over last year on the typical applications you use. For the creators and us all, using things like Adobe for doing different video workflows, we're going to see rapid speed ups in from 2 to 2.7x, really making it streamlined and much faster to do creation. We've harnessed the power of AI throughout to really accelerate those workloads. And we're all spending more time collaborating on video and chats like this. And we put in some specific new pieces of the CPU to help with better camera resolution, specific AI processor to help do noise suppression, to help remove background noise. These are things that really streamline. And throughout all processors built in, we've got Wi-Fi 6, gig plus speeds, and Thunderbolt 4. So really simple single cable connectivity. So it really is a mobile processor best for thin and light laptops that brings together collaboration, creation, and gaming all in one package. So it's a really big breakthrough.
I love that just all the different things that you mentioned there. You mentioned also the AI suppression of background noise. I think that's something all of us in this new world work environment we're in, We can all appreciate that. Well, talking about that too, and with the artificial intelligence side, can you maybe just talk to us a little bit more about that specific technology and what some of the things are that it's able to do?
Yeah, so we think of AI not as something standalone or for one specific application. AI is kind of built throughout the system. So we use things in AI and machine learning just to help the CPU operate at its peak performance. So you're always getting the best out of our turbo capabilities. We have new instruction sets under our DL Boost in the graphics XE engine, and really helps accelerate the AI and things like Adobe Premiere to help do intelligent recropping of a video scene for posting to your social media. So it's just easy to keep your subject matter in the center. Rapid upscaling of photos and video, all kind of built in, and then dedicated things with our neural accelerator for things like very low power machine learning to help suppress background noise. So these are all things that embedded, and we work closely with software manufacturers, everything from Teams to Adobe and beyond, to kind of make that embedded throughout. So you'll just feel it being faster and easier to do things that were once took many clicks or many hours to do, much more streamlined.
Love that. Well, for people out there too who are looking to maybe buy a laptop later this year, what does it mean for them when we're talking about things like integrated graphics and just kind of going through what you just said there? But what are some other advantages that people picking up a laptop are going to notice?
So what people notice, and this is really what we're so excited about, is we've got a system, that truly thin and light system, that can take you through your day. So on the entertainment side, what we can do is we've got new support for things like AV1. So it helps do high quality streaming from things like YouTube and other services at much lower bandwidth and power capability. So even if you're on a spotty connection, it helps to streamline that, so you have a great high quality streaming experience. And then we're super excited for just the graphics capability in the gaming you can do on these thin and light systems. So top titles playing at 1080p, even harder titles like PUBG now playable on our U series thin and light laptops with 11th gen. So we've taken all that together, and so you really have a processor that can have a laptop go through your whole day, and really keep up and do things that you wouldn't expect in these ultra thin and light type systems.
Well, it's definitely exciting seeing this announcement. Like I said, I love anything new when it comes to this kinds of technology in different ways that it can help out your lives and help make things run smoother, and just handling all those different things at the same time. For everybody out there too who wants to learn more about your announcements and kind of go into it a little bit more, I know we've got a lot at Digital Trends, but is there anywhere that you would recommend people go to?
Yeah, you can go, obviously, start with Intel.com. And in addition, we also announced our new Evo platform, which brings all that goodness of the 11th gen core and does even more. It verifies it to be wonderful against responsiveness, battery life, connectivity, all together. So all that can be reached through Intel.com.
I love it. Chris, thank you so much for joining us here to talk about this. Congratulations. That's very exciting, and I'm looking forward to getting a laptop with that in it.
Thanks. It's a great time for being mobile and laptops. Thanks again.
Thank you. All right, so fantastic learning about everything going on in the world of tech, and like you said, these are the kinds of things that can improve our lives, and that's what we want with tech, right? We wanted to get better and better, so that was very exciting. Continuing on here, though, with Digital Trends Live, we get to talk to all kinds of incredible people, and that is what we're doing here next. So, premiering on Bravo, there is going to be a new show called Glitter Town, and our next guest has one of the original stars of Real Housewives of Orange County. It is Lydia McLaughlin joining us. Lydia, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, thank you so much for being here with us. And what I wanted to talk about too is just your new show. Can you tell us about what inspired this? I know you're with your mom. What made you want to do a show with your mom?
Well, I think a lot of people know me from the Real Housewives of Orange County, and my favorite part of filming that was just getting to be with my mom and being silly together. And a lot of the fans that watched the show, that really resonated with them. So I've stayed in contact with Andy Cohen, and my mom and I just had this crazy idea to have a show together. And I knew Andy would understand ideas. And so he really helped me and guided me and hooked me up with the right people at Bravo. So my mom and I we like walked into 30 Rock and we were like, here's our show, here's our idea. And they were like, we love it, we're in. So I'm really excited.
Talking about the show itself, can you tell us just a little bit about why it's named what it's named, where that name came from? And then I've seen some of the trailers too that have leaked out, and you and your mom get into some pretty ridiculous things, walking around in costumes. Can you talk about that relationship that you have with her?
Totally. I mean, my mom and I are just ridiculous and we're silly, and that is just really authentic of who we are. And she literally has confetti bombs. She has like glitter everywhere. Whenever we go out, people are always like, oh my gosh, can you glitter bomb me? So we were like, it was a Wednesday at 9 a.m. and we were like, let's just go and dress up as unicorns and be on the street corner and glitter people. And we did this, actually, we filmed all of this before COVID. And it's just a chance, I think, to make people be happy and be joyful. I think everything is so serious right now and heavy. And so I think the show really comes at a great time where you can just zone out and laugh at us, and we're ridiculous. But also we have just a great relationship. I love her. She's my best friend. And I think that really shines through. And I think the mother-daughter relationship is so important. So it's just a fun little fantasy show.
I think that's great. You're right. Everything is very serious now, and entertainment and fun and seeing things. What it was like before the pandemic is always nice too, to remind you of what we can get back to. That's good for all of us. Lydia, one other question too I want to ask is, we mentioned the Real Housewives and you being there with the Orange County one and kind of a long-standing member of that entire series. When it comes to that, do you keep up with the other housewives that you were on with, or any of the ones from the other shows?
Yeah, I mean, people ask me this a lot, and I will say I'm friends with all of the really nice ones. So I think that we have like a little crew that we hang out with. I see a lot of them on a regular basis, actually. Orange County is pretty small, and so I keep up with Lizzie and Gretchen and Peggy, and it is just like a little bit of a sorority kind of, where they understand this weird reality that you were in, so you automatically are bonded for life. And then I have real relationships that I'm really proud of with a few of the women, yes.
Would you ever consider a reunion of the Real Housewives of Orange County?
With me, like to return to the series? What do you mean?
Yeah. I just mean like getting back together.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love seeing the girls. I'm going to have a little get together at my house to celebrate Glittertown. And my friends, you see some of them in some of the episodes. Alexis, Gretchen come to one of the episodes, which we're seeing right now. Then my mom is interviewing them on the red carpet. And those relationships are authentic. Like I said, Gretchen, I text her all the time. Alexis just got back from Cabo and was texting with me. There she is. So those relationships are real, and I love those women. So.
Well, you mentioned authentic, and certainly the relationship with your mom is absolutely authentic, and you can tell that, throughout everything else that you've done, but definitely on these trailers. You can tell that you two are having a lot of fun together, and I think that's great to see. And I want to remind everybody too, so Glittertown on Bravo Digital, premiering September 3rd today. So it's
we'll just glitter you up and spread the love.
Nice. Well, Lydia, thank you so much for being here on Digital Trends Live with us. Really appreciate it.
I'm so serious after the laptop one. I'm like switching it up on you. So thank you for having me.
You bet. Thank you. All right, Lydia McLaughlin right here on Digital Trends Live. That is the fun part of this show. We get to interview all kinds of different people, and that's why you want to tune in every single day. So here's the thing. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to be talking about TikTok, because there are scams on TikTok. They want to take your money. We're going to tell you a little bit more about that. We've got an interview coming up. Stick around back here in a minute with more Digital Trends Live. This is Digital Trends Live. I'm Greg Nibbler, and thanks for watching. Whatever platform you're watching on, hit subscribe, share the show, let other people know about it, because we'd like to keep you up to date with what's going on in the world of technology. And speaking of platforms, TikTok. There's a lot going on with TikTok, but right now we're going to talk about specifically some different scams and things that are going on the site. And joining us, we have a staff research engineer for Tenable's security response team. We've got Satnam Narang. Satnam, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me, Greg.
It's a really fascinating report that you have put out, and I wonder if you could just kind of walk us through a little bit of this and what made you want to investigate this to begin with.
So first and foremost, I've actually been looking at TikTok scams for well over a year now. This is actually my third piece on TikTok-related scams. So this one actually involves the ads on TikTok. So if you're using TikTok and you go on the For You page, typically as you're scrolling through your feed, you'll see a number of different ads pop up. And since about February of this year, I've been seeing a lot of different scammy and dodgy ads, and they kind of run the gamut.
And when we talk about, scams and these kinds of things and ads, scam ads that are on social media platforms, it's certainly not new when you see it going back to like Facebook and Twitter, but with TikTok in particular, why is it that they're so prevalent on there?
So I think one of the challenges is that TikTok just celebrated its second anniversary, and any platform that's in its maturation process will have these types of growing pains. I saw these on Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat and Instagram over the years that I've been researching these types of scams. So it's not really unsurprising to me, but I would have hoped that you could have learned your lessons from those platforms in the past, right? So TikTok had like a blueprint, and unfortunately they weren't able to really keep up with these scams. So we notified them, and they've started to pull those scams down.
That's crazy to me that it's only been 2 years that TikTok has been around. That's easy to forget that that's the case. But when we talk about some of these, specifically talking about the different ads, you mentioned there's advertisements, and I know a lot of them will use celebrity endorsements that are fraudulent. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, so specifically around the celebrity endorsements, there were two different types. So, for example, ads promoting diet pill spam. So, essentially, these miracle diets that you can just basically pop pills like keto fast and you can lose weight. So, they had little video montages featuring like Shark Tank. So, you had like Kevin O'Leary, you had Oprah Winfrey also promoting them as well. These weren't actually promoted by them and specifically, they're just using existing video footage and claiming that they're associated with their dodgy products. So they're using these to promote them, like Kelly Clarkson, I think Blake Shelton, several different others. I think I also started to see The Rock associated with some of them too, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, when it comes to that, I mean, clearly, I would think those celebrities would have a lawsuit possibility on their hands. Is there any kind of legal action going against these companies?
I don't know specifically what's going to be happening in terms of legal action. All I know is that this is actually part and parcel of how they operate. I did a research report back in 2014 when I worked at my former company around diet pill spam, and they were using videos and footage of like Snooki and some other folks as well from Jersey Shore, for example. So it's not really uncommon for them to take celebrities and use them as these fake endorsements. But I don't really know what type of legal ramification is going to take place.
Well, some other things too, targeting people obviously looking for that kind of thing, whether it's diet pills, but there's also the targets that are going towards younger children on there. Can you tell us about what some of those things are that people should be concerned about?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the most interesting aspects of this research was when I encountered a bunch of ads promoting these apps where you can make money just for downloading apps onto your phone. So what ends up happening is they promote these ads saying you can get $10 for just downloading one app. But in actuality, when you download those apps from the App Store, first and foremost, they're violating Apple's App Store policies. Because what they're doing is that they're creating these shell applications, so something like an expense type of tracking application. But in reality, when you open it up, it's actually something called iMoney, and there's these it's like a huge web that you can kind of dive into. But when you actually go into the app, you can only earn about 23 cents per app download. So not really what you were expecting in the ad. So first and foremost, they're misleading you. But secondly, they're violating a lot of policies. And at the end of the day, there's some other areas of concern in those apps too.
Well, you mentioned that TikTok, you informed them obviously with this report of what's going on. You said they're taking some action. Do we know specifically anything that they're doing, or are they just aware of it now?
So when we reached out to TikTok, they said that they were going to review a report, and I assume that they've already started removing some of the ads that we've notified them about. And it's just a matter of them, taking the proactive steps to remove the ads as they come across them moving forward.
Well, Saddam, thank you very much for joining us here to talk about this. And it's really a fascinating report that you've come up with. And clearly, like you said, this is the third one just in this series alone. But for everything else that you're doing and to follow along with this report and all the other ones that you've got, what's the best place for us to send people?
So you can find most of my research on the Tenable blog. That's tenable.com/blog, or you can follow me on Twitter at Satnam.
Saddam, thank you very much for being here on Digital Trends Live. Really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Greg.
Yeah, it's seriously, for those of you who have not read that report, it's fascinating. We've got an article up to Maya Schwader, talked to Saddam, and we've got that up at digitaltrends.com as well. So take a look at that. Let's continue on here with the show, because now it is time to talk about entertainment, because we have another edition of Real News. And joining us, we have Rick Marshall. Always fun to talk to Rick about what is happening in entertainment. He has the best recommendations for you. Rick, hello, and where do we want to start off with here first?
Hello. Well, I think the biggest news probably is that Star Wars spin-off series The Mandalorian finally has a premiere date for season 2. Yes, it's premiering on Disney Plus October 30th. So now we know exactly when we're going to get more Baby Yoda.
And the only thing that I'm excited about that, I'm also bothered by the fact that we haven't got a trailer yet, though.
Yeah, we haven't had a trailer yet. There's been some rumors that have been around about when that trailer is going to come out. So far, we missed what some of the rumors were predicting. So right now, it's anybody's guess as to when we're going to see the first trailer for season 2.
Well, either way, at least it's a date. That's something to look forward to. So October 30th, The Mandalorian season 2. Going from there, what are some things that people can watch right now?
Yeah, there's a couple of great things coming out. Actually, there's one out right now. We've got Raised by Wolves is coming to HBO and HBO Max. It is out right now. It is a new series produced by Ridley Scott. So, some sci-fi chops there. It's a series basically The premise is sort of weird. They're kind of keeping a lot secret. It looks creepy. It looks sci-fi. It's a pair of androids who are raising sort of the remnants of the human race on an alien planet after the Earth was destroyed. And some complications arise as those humans get a bit older and start discovering, learning about different things regarding religious beliefs and sort of ideological differences and things like that. And the trailer looks very, very creepy in all the right ways that you expect from a Ridley Scott project.
Definitely. This is enough that I may resubscribe to HBO Max because this is something that looks, like you said, totally creepy and actually perfect for right now. So I'm excited about this one. So Raised by Wolves, that's on HBO Max. And then going from there, there's a series that I know I am going to be watching this weekend because season 2 is out. But The Boys are back.
The Boys, the Soups, they are all back. Season 2 of The Boys on Amazon launches September 4th, this Friday, and I have seen the entire season. I reviewed it for Digital Trends. You can find my spoiler-free review on Digital Trends, and all I'm going to say is that it is gorier, it is more violent, it is more crazy and off the wall, but also it is significantly more satisfying, in my opinion, than the first season. And I loved the first season of this. I thought the second season was so much better, which honestly, I went in not expecting that to even be possible. So the second season is fantastic. I highly recommend it. It premieres September 4th. Watch super-powered people doing crazy, corrupt, horrible things, and the people who are tasked with sort of policing them and bringing them down, I guess, is sort of the premise of the second season. And also premiering this weekend, Mulan. That's a big one.
Yes, Mulan on Disney+. Yeah, that is huge.
So that's huge. This is big because this is a $200 million movie that was supposed to be in theaters, is now going straight to Disney+. So I really can't say enough about it. I just finished watching an early screener of it, and my review will be going up on Digital Trends shortly. It is wonderful. So there's a preview of the review. It is wonderful. It is everything I had hoped it would be. It's spectacular visually. It's spectacular in its action scenes, its choreography, and it's a really, really heartwarming tale. Like, it's a great sort of live action adaptation of the animated feature.
It'll be really interesting to see how that does, just in comparison to some of these other ones that are going straight to theaters, like Tenet. See how much money they can make on this. But fascinating. So Milan out this weekend, and then on top of that, The Boys, like you said. I don't know how it gets gorier than season 1, but I will read your spoiler-free review on the site. And just like everything else, Rick will keep you up to date on what's happening in the world of entertainment. It's more important than ever to have good things to watch, and Rick will guide you through that. And Rick, as always, so good to talk to you.
Excellent to talk to you, as always.
Rick Marshall, right here on Digital Trends Live. And I want to thank everybody who has joined us today. So that's you. That's you who's watching right now. We appreciate it a lot. We broadcast live here every weekday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. And like I said, we bring you those trending tech headlines, news, interviews, a wide array of interviews today on all kinds of different subjects. And that's what we like to bring you. So we appreciate you watching, and we want you to hit subscribe and share the show. Let other people know about it. Coming up for the next couple of days, obviously we're going into Labor Day weekend. We are going to be not with a live show tomorrow, but we've got something special for you because we're going to be showcasing some of our favorite interviews over the last several weeks here, where we get to talk to some really cool people. So we've got, I'll just say this, there's astronauts, there's movie stars, there's political celebrities. It's all going to be coming up here for this show, and then on Tuesday as well. But yeah, thank you everybody. Thanks for being here. I want everybody to have a great weekend. Thank you to our team here with Digital Trends Live. It takes a whole team to make this happen, so we appreciate all of you being a part of this, and we hope you enjoy the show. Have a great weekend. I'm Greg Nibbler. I'll see you back here next week with more Digital Trends Live.